Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show you how I made this machine, a machine for stripping wires. The first thing we need is a good base, iron base, heavy iron base that will keep it steady. This one has 4 millimeters in thickness. The most important part of this machine are the rollers. The rollers must be of stainless steel and we must be able to put a shaft through them and perfectly centered. So, unless you can drill a perfectly straight centered hole through the rollers, you will have to find rollers that already have a center hole, and better with a shaft in them. I was lucky because the top roller had a very wide hole, but it fitted 2 ball bearings very snugly, so I didn't have to make a housing for these in the frame, nor did I have to weld its shaft to the roller. The top roller must run freely, while the bottom roller must be firmly attached to its shaft, because this shaft is what drives the machine with the aid of a motor or drill, and the shaft must run on ball bearings held onto the outer frame. To hold the ball bearings to the outer frame, I have used the ball bearing plates that I removed from an old vacuum cleaner. Due to the size of these plates, we have to put 2 ball bearings on each side so they stay flush to the frame. The shaft is firmly welded to the roller on both sides. Here I used mild steel electrodes, although one should use stainless steel electrodes, or it will fail eventually. The shaft is kept within the ball bearings using a spacer and a snap ring at the end of the shaft. The bolts fixing the plate to the frame are welded on the inside so they don't turn, and I have used nuts and washers to hold it firmly in place. Next we need some U-shaped iron profile that will be the frame of the machine on both sides vertically, welded onto the base, the iron base. And at the top we will need a solid rectangular iron profile to keep it at the precise distance and parallel all the way down, because inside these U-shapes we will have running the top roller with this mechanism that makes it go up and down, squashing the plastic, the PVC on the wires. As you can see there, that's the head of the bolt welded onto the U-shaped profile. The same with the other bolt head, which is welded on there. Now, that means that the frame, the inner frame that runs up and down, must have a separation from the inner wall of the U-shape in such a way that it won't touch, won't scrape on those heads. It won't get stuck there or anything. This frame that will hold the top roller is made of square profile. It has to be constructed perfectly square with the roller on the shaft. The shaft of the top roller is welded to the square frame on its inside, so you can't see it. And I have welded the shaft next to the ball bearings so the roller stays centered. It doesn't move about. The second roller has these cuts on it because this is the roller that will pull the wire through, squashing it against the top roller. Now this mechanism is quite simple. This is a threaded rod with a matching nut, and the nut is welded to the top edge of the frame in such a way that we turn this threaded rod and it will displace the inner frame downwards or upwards. At the end of the threaded rod we have soldered a nail, and the head of the nail has also here a ring, a washer, that will help to keep it in place and turn easy. On the other end of the threaded rod we simply solder a piece of iron. In this case I have a threaded piece of iron, but it can be simply soldered on. This piece is a guide to help the wire stay in the middle between both rollers. The truth is that when one is turning the mechanism, the wires tend to move about and can fall out of the roller. So this is very important to keep the wire running in the middle. And the best way to use this, according to my experience, is at slow speed, turning very slowly, not very fast. If you turn too fast, it ends up melting the plastic. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please remember, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.